We see the anti-woke dying of thirst. They'll burn Nikes, but why take them off first? I mean, why not show some true conviction? And be taunted at your crucifixion? We see you hurling the malediction at your scapegoats with the worst depiction. You say you're the victim in all of this. You're trying to save us from the abyss. But yet, your every swing ends up a miss. You're living proof. Ignorance isn't bliss. You say the children are under attack. That's why we must arm every maniac. Well, not the ones you can target as trans. They're the reason you buy and smash beer cans. Oh, and let's not forget about book bans. Because freedom is in all of your plans. You still claim you're the ones on the defense. Only your anti-woke pals are that dense. We're all seeing through your vicious pretense. There's not a thing about you that makes sense. You tread over everyone's rattlesnakes. If they fight back, you're calling them snowflakes. Cause you're losing to those armed with milkshakes. At least they're your favorite podcasters' takes. You see their subscribers in the millions. They slither through your mind like reptilians. That's why their nonsense to you is brilliance. They say back the blue against civilians. Well, only civilians blocking traffic. And some of them look a little sapphic. Running them over isn't too graphic. But it's still enough to make you maffic.
I'm here to state that the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the city of Philadelphia engaged in discrimination when it refused to contract with Catholic Social Services. The reason is because the city claimed that it would not work with organizations that refused to place children with same-sex couples. My favorite example of this is that, according to the Catechism, a child is not something owed to one, but is a gift. This is like saying that a child is a white elephant that is valuable enough to CSS, but not valuable enough to same-sex couples. I don't find it convincing because adoption doesn't treat the service as a gift since gifts are free. CSS has a transactional service, which makes adoption an earning. Would it be okay to deny same-sex couples adoption if they go through the same steps as opposite-sex couples? Let's evaluate it a bit. An advantage would be same-sex adoption could allow such a baby to become more accepting, respectful, and tolerant of others' differences as he or she grows up. But a disadvantage would be such a child may be subject to bullying and ridicule at school, which makes opposite-sex parenting the problem. The more you try to justify the discrimination, the less sense it makes.
Hi. I'm Tatesmear, and I'm of mixed opinions on this. In my experience, a man must go out of his way to pamper a woman. If I'm not mistaken, this is only a detriment to repulsive women. As far as I know, acts of kindness create a polite atmosphere that helps women be chivalrous too. Personally, I think chivalry is a disadvantage to men. There is no doubt that it reinforces harmful stereotypes, continues legacies of historical sexism, and diminishes male power in relationships. The fact is that if someone, for example, doesn't want a cocktail that has already been made, it winds up being a free drink for the next lady who approaches a bar. Not so for men. It is clear that this helps men, because if a man buys a woman drinks, any resulting relationship becomes purely transactional. Thus, it gives women negotiating power and diminishes a man's worth. It's obvious that, if this is not a privilege for women, then you wind up with a serpent giving its tail a BJ. What it comes down to is female privilege.